Remember the old days when men weren't pretty little princesses? I'm not talking about transgender men. I'm talking about men in general. Well, I don't. Ever since I was a kid, men have been seen and treated as weak, soft, stupid morons who can't be trusted with anything, really. I actually think you've seen the results of men not being, well, men in general. Not being there for the families, not standing up when they should have, remaining silent when they should have spoke, and in general, just letting themselves get fat, weak, and soft. Today, I did some research, figure out why did that happen? Where did it come from? And what can we do about it? I don't know. But I read about some people who have some pretty good ideas.
Take ownership of your mistakes, take ownership of your shortfalls, take ownership of your problems, and then take ownership of the solutions that will get those problems solved.
I actually will give you a fair warning on this video. If you go to search on Google what caused men to become weak, it brings up a lot of issues with a specific area of the male anatomy. Not what I was looking for, not that area of weakness, but you know, that's another thing, but that's another video.
Don't you understand the problem? If this gets around town, people are gonna start thinking I'm a nerd.
When you try to do research on like where this whole trend came from of the weakifying of men, you can find all kinds of information. Let me know what you think, but I think most of it can be traced down to this very famous now quote that I'm sure you've heard of, but I'm gonna repeat it anyways, as if you haven't heard it. This quote's from, I never knew this, author G. Michael Hopf, H-O-P-F, how the heck do you pronounce that? And I know nothing about him, so if you're like, that guy's an idiot, he could be, I don't know, but I love this quote. He said, hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times. Ding! If I look at the world that I grew up in, I'd have to say that's at least a contributing factor in what caused me to be passive, small, weak, timid in general. Of course, there's always other factors, but I think in general, life has been really good for me. I mean, even hardships that friends and family have had growing up, and there's many, of course, but in general, they were not really big issues, although they were seen as big issues because we didn't really have any big issues to deal with, to complain about. When I look back at the difficulties people have faced, even in this country, it's pretty insane. And you look at the window of time that I've been alive, it's been pretty good. Not perfect, of course, but overall, hasn't been half bad. Regardless of what caused me to be the way that I had been most of my life, and you, maybe, I'm most interested, myself now, in how to fix myself, how to change, what needs to happen. And that's primarily what this video is about. Clap with me, won't you? It just seems like a good time to clap. No, it doesn't. That's stupid. All right, let's get into it. First and foremost, most obvious thing, the biggest impactor, I think, in influencing whether a boy becomes a real man. I guess you have to define what a real man is first, but in my mind, what I'm talking about is a man who is strong in his ideals, his convictions, his belief, someone who loves and protects his family above anything else. I think part of the problem is we haven't done that. I haven't done that. So, first and foremost, I would say it starts with fathers. You know what sounds good right now? Tobacco pipe. All right, let's get a little tobacco going because that would be helpful. Side note, I'm currently doing 75 Hard. If you haven't heard of it, I hadn't until just recently. You should check it out and you should probably do it because it is so far legitimately life-changing. Oh, dang it. Do I not have any tobacco? Dang it. How about a cigar? Today I'm smoking Thunder. I've never heard of this cigar, so it should be pretty good. Well, or it might be really bad, I don't know. Mr. DeGan sent me this and I appreciate it. In general, I think one of the big contributing factors for a lot of people is that fathers haven't been real men to their boys or haven't been absent at all. Tell you what, smells delicious. It smells like camping. I think the ideal situation is a father and a mother in a home. That doesn't mean that a mom can't do an impeccable job and raise amazing kids when she has to. There's a lot of situations like that. I just think in general, the father's role has been pushed down, where we don't need men, we don't need fathers. Stupid, lazy idiots. Let me just briefly go down a quick list of why and what I think a father should be in their kid's life. I think really it's pretty straightforward, stupid simple. Fathers teach their boys how to become men, what a man looks like, by example, which means that to be the best father you can be, you have to be the best person you can be personally. That's your mind, that's your body, that's your spirit, it's your ideals, it's your confidence. It's the things you care about, standing up and protecting those things. To raise your boys right, you have to be the best you can possibly be and be that every day. Show them how you treat your wife. Show them how you treat people. Show them how you treat difficult situations. Fathers instill confidence in their kids. They bring discipline, at least they should. And for girls, it's equally as important, maybe even more so important, to be the example of what a man should be, especially with how you treat your spouse, with how you treat your wife and women in general, and how you lead your home. You want to instill the qualities in yourself that you want your daughter to seek out in the man she's gonna marry. Women who tend to have really bad relationships with men, it's almost always tracked back to the relationship they had with their father, if it existed at all. I don't know if this is true. If you're a woman watching this, let me know. I could ask my wife, but then she'd probably ask me to do a chore. She doesn't watch these videos, so it's okay. I've seen it in my wife, and I've heard other women talk about this, so let me know if you're a woman, if maybe I'm totally wrong, but it seems like there's something that kicks into gear with women. It's like a superpower. This thing took over in her and she was just a mom to her core. My point is that I think for guys, they have to consciously become the person they want to be, become the father they want to be, because it's not, I don't think, as instinctual. You just have these kids now and you're just like, what? And for a lot of guys, they don't change. They just keep doing their own thing. They remain selfish, whatever. Guys have to be more aware and conscious and deliberate about the changes they're making that they want to see in themselves so that they can raise boys that become real men that stand up for their family, their ideals, their convictions, and so that their girls marry men that are the kind of men you want them to marry. If your daughter's future husband treated your daughter the way that you treat your wife every day, is that what you want? Is that good? I don't know. There's a clip I found online. It was actually from Officer Tatum. If you don't watch Officer Tatum on YouTube, you should watch him. He found this clip of this guy who did the show. Anyways, he talked about being a man and a father and the importance that that plays in society. And it was so brilliant, so much better than anything I could say. I would like to play that clip for you right now.
And kids need a father. So 36% of kids don't have a father. So every boy is, well, my mom is mad at me, my dad don't love me, my dad don't care about me. Maybe I should be gay, maybe I should be trans, I don't know who I am. And your father puts confidence in you. No disrespect to anybody, but the
100%.
younger generation of men are soft. And if we had to go to war, they're not protecting America. There's
Facts.
no better place to be as a black individual or whatever you are in America. Go to the Middle East right now and say you gay or you trans and see how they treat you.
Idea that because men are being raised by women that they're weaker. Our generation, it's not more sensitive, we're more aware. Transgender and gay is not something that should be ashamed of or make you feel less. In today's society, that is why women are fighting for equality, because this idea that because they only have a mom, they're weaker, or because, they're more sensitive, that's, in my opinion, completely false.
And I would say in the environment that I grew up in, the teen pregnancies come from girls without fathers. The homicides come from people without fathers. Every girl that I know, if they grow up with a daddy, they get married before they have a kid.
Why do they not have fathers?
If you want me to be real, because a lot of women make bad choices on the men they procreate with.
That guy is brilliant. I loved everything he said. Like, he's the kind of guy that if I saw him, I'd be like, I want to be his friend. But then I'd also be like, I'm not good enough to be his friend. In a nutshell, I don't know what exactly caused men in general to be weak and soft and timid. But I think the way it changes is to change ourselves. And in turn, change our kids to become the men that our families need and our country needs really bad right now. If you agree, let me know in the comments. If you have your own thoughts, ideas, if I got it wrong, if you have something right, something better that I missed, let me know in the comments as well. And if you would, share this video. I'm trying to get these videos out to as many people as I can. I think it's important. I think it's time for, well, I could keep going, but time to stand up. That's what I'm gonna do right now. No, I'm not. I'm too tired. Quit being lazy. Stand up. Okay. No, I don't. I really don't want to. I'm gonna enjoy this cigar though. This thing is amazing. Thanks for watching.